Alright, so here is one last question from chapter 13 on sampling distribution. So pause the video and read through the question, give it an attempt, and then you can go back and see the explanation. So after reading the question, you should be able to derive what's given, what you're supposed to find. So in this question, the length of human pregnancies concepts from conception to birth varies according to the distribution, that is normal. So normal distribution is given, mean is given, that is mu, standard deviation is 16 days. Study enrolls a random sample of 19, so that is n. And in the first subtype question, now let's see what they're asking. What are the mean and standard deviation of sampling distribution of x bar? Okay, so we know already mean is given right away, 266 days. So that is the mean, and then the standard deviation. So for standard deviation, you know standard deviation for sampling distribution is sigma, and you can write standard deviation equals sigma over square root of n. So sigma in this case is 16 days, or not that, sorry. Oh yeah, it's a 16 days over the sample size is 16, so square root of 16. So that's 16 over square root of 16, which is 4. And if you solve that, you should be able to get standard deviation as 4. So you know mean is this 266 days, and standard deviation is 4 days. So that's pretty easy. Next part, let's look at what is the probability. What is the probability? So right away we know that they are asking us probability that the average pregnancy length exceeds, so greater than, exceeds 270. So that is your x value. So again, this is the same type of question that x is given and you are supposed to find the probability. Okay, and we are going to calculate z score in between, and using that z score from z equals x minus mu upon sigma over square root of n. And then once you know the z, we are going to look at the table outside in and then get the probability. So that's that kind of problem. So once you have identified that, I think it's pretty easy job. It's always good idea to write down or draw the curve. So this is kind of normal distribution, mu 266, sigma or population you can write it as 16, or you can also mention standard deviation as 16 over square root of 4, that is nothing but 4. Then locate the x. So it says average pregnancy length exceeds 270, so that is your, and you know 270 is definitely greater than 266, so locate somewhere over here, and then you can highlight the area, because we are interested in area that exceeds 270 days. So we are interested in area right of that, which is shaded in red. Okay, so we have completed first step, and second step is already completed in the part A. So next step is just to calculate z score. So z x is here 270 minus mu over here is 266 over And you can also look back the formula over here. Sigma over square root of n, we already calculated here, standard deviation as 4 days. So I'm going to put that right away like this. Then solve the maths and you should be able to get it as z equals 1. Okay. So once you know the z, the only step left is to calculate the probability using table and the z value. So you can say that probability of interest or area of interest is x greater than 270, or you can also say z greater than positive 1 value. Okay, and that is what you're supposed to find. But if you look at that, that is nothing but the red area on the right side of that x value 270. Okay, but the table is going to give us always area left to that green, so we should be subtracting 1 minus that area in the green. Okay, so you can write it as probability of z less than 1, because that's the area in the green and 1 is the total probability. But we cannot just right away find the right side area that's in red. So now let's look at z1. What is the area? Positive 1, remember its sign. So you can see that 1 z is 0.8410. All right. So that's 1 minus 0.8413. And then it's just math. You do the subtraction and you should be able to get the final answer. One 587. All right, so now you can say in final answer as in words that the probability that the average pregnancy length exceeds 270 is 0.1587.